Hello friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel and to Harp Tips. Today I am talking all about practice, which is one of my favourite subjects, and I'm sure one of yours too, because let's be honest, as harpists we spend a lot of our time practicing, or at least we should be spending a lot of our time practicing. Well, in your practice sessions, do you ever feel just overwhelmed with all the different things that you could and should be practicing? There's so many different areas of technique to be improving on. If you're starting a new piece, perhaps you're thinking, I need to work on learning the notes, I need to work on the fingering, pulling my fingers in, bending my thumb, tucking. My left hand is buzzing in those bars, so I need to work on that. And there's a section with the harmonics. And don't even get me started on the lever and pedal changes. Does it sound familiar? I think we've all been there, where we're just feeling like we're drowning in all the things that we need to be practicing in our piece, or in general in our technique, in our harping. Well, I'm going to tell you about a tip that I picked up from my Suzuki teacher training. Now, this wasn't actually something that was specific to the Suzuki training course, but Mary McCarthy, who was my Suzuki teacher trainer, gave us this tip during the training, and it's something that's really stuck with me, and it's helped me not only when I've been teaching, but also in my own learning. And so I hope it can help you overcome that feeling of overwhelm during your practice session. This tip is to observe everything. Now, really note me saying everything there. That is everything that could be improved on, all the mistakes you might be making, and everything you're doing well. Everything that is feeling good, sounding good, and you are achieving good results in your harping. All of those things are really important for you to acknowledge too. Whilst observing all of these things, all the things you can improve on, all the things you're doing well, decide in that practice session to focus on just one thing. The advice that Mary gave us was, in that teaching situation, observe everything that the student is doing and then work on one thing with them in the lesson. Really hone down your attention into that one thing and give them all the things they need to improve that one area through their week before their next lesson. So let's apply this to our practice session. Let's take on the role of tutor, take a step back and observe ourselves as a learner. Make a list of all the things that you need to improve. Maybe it's in a piece of music. And then for that practice session, choose just one thing for you to work on. Now, you don't have to get bogged down on which thing to choose, because the point is eventually you're going to work through all of those things. But choose just one thing to work on in that practice session. And then enjoy working on that. Let the other things go for that time. Focus on that one thing. Next practice session, maybe you'll be focusing on the same thing. Maybe you'll be ready to move on to something different. But this structured approach, ticking off things as you go, will help you avoid overwhelm and ultimately move forward faster. Now, in order to really effectively put this tip into practice, you have to be quite organised. And actually, I said, take on the role of a tutor and look at yourself as a learner. Well, that's easier said than done. So you might want to record yourself and watch back what you're doing. It might be easier for you to imagine yourself as a teacher, looking at yourself as a learner, if you are not actually playing, if you're observing yourself playing. And as you're observing, make sure that you journal. Now, that could be writing things down in a blank notepad, taking note of the things that could do with some improvement, and the things that you're doing well. And then from that list, choosing what to work on. Or it could be actually following a music journal, which perhaps guides you and prompts you to focus on certain areas or different techniques in your playing. But either way, whatever works for you, whether that's the blank canvas or something which gives you more of a guide, do make sure that you're keeping track all the time. This will help you stay organised, help you avoid that overwhelm, and help you work through that list of improvements. And ultimately, become that great harpist, make that great sound that we all want to be making. So the takeaways that you can implement from this session are: use a practice journal of some sort, perhaps video yourself if you find that helpful, but most importantly, choose one thing to focus on in each of your practice sessions. This is what's going to help you avoid that overwhelm during those practice times and move forward with your goals. If this tip has helped you and you would like to listen to some more harp tips, then please do take a look at my whole playlist with lots of different tips on lots of different areas of harping and general musicianship. And please do like this video and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you don't miss any new videos that we produce in the future. Thanks again for coming along to my channel. Please do comment below, let me know how you're getting on with your practice, and keep in touch.